All right. Welcome everybody to our coverage of the NBFL Week 1 game between the Woodington Barkskins, that's Garkangel's Wood Elf team in blue on my right, versus the first game for 2020 Khorne in the NBFL, the Baltimore Nevermore, coached by Kid Crest Hill. They'll be our Khorne team on the left in red. Ton of inducements for this team. Gark's team is basically at the TV cap for the start of the season at 2790, literally 10 short. Baltimore just 70 over the minimum threshold at 1970, being a rookie team, so he's got a lot of help in the form of inducements. We've got one keg, one bribe, one one reroll, a weather mage, which has just been added to the site in the last week or so, a wizard, and a star, of course, Morg, who needs a little introduction. The rest of his team is still young. He had 5 draft picks, if memory serves, maybe 6. Maybe he traded down, but he's got a Blood Spawn, which is the big, block, guard, claws, frenzy, mighty blow. He's got a Blood Seeker, which is their warrior equivalent, block, guard, mighty blow, tackle, frenzy, block, guard, frenzy, block, frenzy, mighty blow, frenzy. You've got Travion Williams, a hell of a ball carrier to start your franchise with. Movement 8, agility 2+ is what it's called now. Block, sure hands. You've got one relatively adequate Khorne Gore, which for blitzing, a bunch of random ass linos, a couple of dirty players, and you got Morg to do your heavy lifting, so I'm excited. I ran 2016 Khorne in the NBFL for 3 seasons. They were god-awful. I was not great at them, but the team was not that good. Jeff Rode tried and had similar underwhelming results, so I've got a keen eye on this team and how it does in 2020. Not because I might switch to it in the future. I might. But it's going to be fascinating to watch, especially against a Blodge Step heavy Wood Elf team. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of skills to mark in this game on both sides. Gark went with a lot of random skills on his Wood Elf linos, most of it not being not good. So we'll see a lot of sacrificial Wood Elves, I imagine. But the core of his team is outstanding. His 2 War Dancers are studs, both strength 4, both sacking threats. One is Mighty Blow. Danny Quan, movement 9, extra agility, guard, step, wrestle, beast. Block tag. Yeah, I think he's got guard on every damn catcher. Oh, not this one. This is just a mere agility 5. Does have a sneaky get. A dodge, shot hands, accurate, frenzy, shadow. Oh, as a dirty player too. Probably won't see the field early, but yeah, Gark is a hell of a team. Probably the favorite in the NFC East. Some people might say Dallas, but monster Wood Elf team. We'll see how he does against the forces of Khorne. I haven't watched Kid Crest Hill play a ton previously. I know he joined the NBFL mid-season last year. His Norse team didn't do great as you would expect, but he hurt some things. His casualties were pretty solid, so switching to Khorne seems like a logical choice. It'll be a challenge for his young Khorne team. His positioning is going to be all over the place thanks to the Mass Frenzy. You want your cage to not be in contact with a player that's standing up when your turn ends. So against the Blodge Step heavy Wood Elves, it'll be fascinating to watch if he can do that. Because getting block thirsty and getting out of position is something that's very, very easy to do with many teams, and Khorne especially. Gark's objective is going to be a fine balance of knowing when to stay back and when to apply pressure. He does have the more experienced team with more skills, more experience with the team he's using. I think it's like a fifth-year team, maybe fourth. So he'll have a feel for when he needs to push, mark everything up, and force some rolls, and when he needs to sit back and wait for opportunities. Welcome, Dash.
How's it going?
It's good. We just started. We got our first block, and then
First KO.
First KO. Okay, I was confused. I was trying to follow the shadowing. I thought the shadowing guy got taken down, but he's getting his lick now. Okay, got a KO, got a stun. So far so good. Just a prone there.
So, as someone who's played Khorne, at least, something that resembled it, what are your expectations for the season for Baltimore?
Well, it's a very tough division. You get thrown into a division that not only has Malcor, who is a consistent 8-win team with his Monster Chaos, he's got Kazarik's Monster Dark Elf team, who's always a playoff contender as well. Dutch and his Khemri are no slouch. I mean, they don't win a ton of games usually, but facing really built-up Khemri is not fun, and it's not easy, so it's gonna be a challenge. I've not played Khorne extensively in the 2020 rule set. I've done like 2 games at low TV, and it's obviously awful. So having a movement 8, agility 5, well, agility 4 ball carrier, having several developed Bloodseekers, having the Blood Spawn. You've got the core. You don't have a lot of defensive tools outside of your block, break, tackle, Khorne Gore. But you're probably getting Morg every game, so...
Yeah. Well, Morg every game seems good, and I like the defense here of, hey, these are Wood Elves. I'm going to have way more guys back than most people would. I think it is appropriate.
Yes. Now, there's a small gap in between, like your forward group and your backward group. So if Gark wanted to, he could probably put some pressure, but it feels like he's going to wait a little bit. He only lost 1 guy on the initial turn, so he's got time.
Well, you've got Morgan, that Blood Spawn, ready to punch holes in any.
Yeah, I imagine there's going to be some skulls for the Skull Throne and blood for the Blood God somewhere in this game. But yeah, it's going to be fascinating to see how someone can control the team and do what you want it to do, because if someone marks up your cage and you start throwing blocks left and right, this, there, all of a sudden you've moved half your team and your cage is scattered to the wind, and you're like, oh, well, this isn't good. And so, a leaping War Dancer comes in, or a Tomb Guard or something. So there's times where not throwing a block will actually be the most prudent play, and that's a very difficult thing to do sometimes for Bash coaches.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Uh-oh.
These are Wood Elves. You get to hit them. That's the whole point.
Yeah, but they have Blodge Step, so if you hit them onto your ball carrier, is that a good thing?
Well, no. Every time you hit somebody, you have to plan on it working. It's going to work every time.
Is that the secret thing? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so Gark going, not going passive, he's going full aggressive. He's taking that gap that I saw in between the two forces. Divide and conquer, perhaps. Did have to use a reroll on a GFI. That's what having that movement down on that catcher and not replacing them, despite my pleas to do so in the pre-draft process. Yeah, that'll catch up to you sometimes. Don't think we've used our blitz, so we could try to take out Kodak here and then get some of our, well, the one guy left away from the Bloodseekers. Did he blitz somewhere?
No,
He did
not
not.
yet.
Okay, so just getting his positioning.
This is a weird spot for them. So I was, he's going to be next to Morg. Well, that guy doesn't want to be next to Morg.
He does not want to. He's taking a
I'm not
dive.
doing that, coach. You can't make me. I think I attack here and maybe block that top row and set up a nice little cage in the middle of the field. He is not going to
blitzing with Morg. Is that legal?
Yeah, I mean that's.
Yeah, this is also why I'm not.
Maybe he's going to go after the catcher with the real receiver. Who's that?
He's got options, but
yeah,
this is also why like I don't have the setup memorized at this point, but pretty sure he had at least 5 guys on the line, and I'm like, all right, yeah, the extra blocks are cool, but you've got Frenzy on all your Bloodseekers. You're getting extra dice and a second block on a lot of them if you don't take them down. You don't need more than 3 guys on the line against Wood Elves. You need everybody back to prevent something like this from happening. So, yes, it's like, okay, I'm facing Wood Elves. I need to get some blocks. I need to get some removals.
Well,
that helps, but it doesn't help if you are pressured on turn 1 and can't form a cage anywhere, and then the Strength 4 Wood Answer leaps in, takes the ball, and it's 1-0 on turn 3.
He had enough guys to form an actual cage just on its own.
But is the cage good enough with these players when there's 2 Strength 4 Wood Answers and everything else?
Yeah, it's not really a cage if they're marked either. So.
And
don't know what his blitz is going to be now.
And he's making good because there's a clear gap in the top of the cage here, and we're failing GFIs everywhere.
Wow.
That's 3 so far. Unfortunately, he double snakes.
I would think that's got to be Wood Elf's ball, right? That's.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty clear. Get a guard in this corner here. Come down with Ruffalo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Uh-oh, that's a GFI.
They can't all fail. I mean, it's 1-36. Right? You get rerolls.
You do have rerolls, yeah. I think Gark moved from 4 to 5 for this season, which I would agree with. I think having extra rerolls is just imperative.
Another Weather Mage, that's going to be fun.
Yeah, there was one used in the Jeffro versus Fitz game the other day, I think, and it did little. But it's also, I mean, it's a 30k inducement where you get to affect the weather for your turn and your opponent's turn, correct?
Yes. Well, maybe.
Is it not guaranteed?
Yeah, you can adjust the roll. So I think if you roll a 7, you're still screwed.
Ah. Alright, well, we'll see if someone can make a GFI here. Okay, makes a GFI, can wrestle him down. Or choose to re-roll it even though you already wrestled. Did you forgot he had wrestled?
Yeah. I mean, early, we saw Gru make a.
We saw Gru do something like this. We saw plenty of people
hold his successful strip ball into a skull.
Yeah, I tried to blame.
Not taking Russell's a little bit different there. You should know you have Russell.
Yeah, I tried to blame the player on that one, but
new season you have to mark all your guys again.
Dark doesn't mark. That's been the theme for a while now, though.
Yeah. Okay. Guess it makes it easier if you don't have to mark all your players again.
Yeah, it's just less distracting. We still got a 2-die, though. We're probably going to re-roll again. And we're getting pushes again. Okay, so... Huh. Well, not the start Kid Cresto wanted, but he has dodged the bullet so far, but he's not in a great position by any means. But man, is there a lot of stuff to hit.
Is there anything that prevents that from being a 2+ to get out? Yeah, I mean, just 2+ to get out of there with no problems.
Yeah, but where do you
Just to
go?
let next work. That seems like a good plan.
Yeah, you could go sideline against a bunch of leaping wrestle wood elves and stuff. It's scary. But you can get past more since you're so fast. 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I mean,
They
it's
set
an
up
option.
nice.
Man,
Oh,
a lot of ones so far. I mean, there's kind of a perfectly distanced group of Khorne players here for a fireball. You can smack the catcher, the war dancer, and the other catcher, and everyone's just on the outskirts of the napalm strike. You might get a little singed, but you'll be fine. Also, I will also point out that we may have to stop making fun of Asti for forgetting about Grab in his playoff game against Wolves because Gru did the same thing last night for the one-turn defense.
That just means we get to make fun of both of them. I mean,
Okay, I like that point better.
Yeah, I mean,
too early for a whiz. It is early for a whiz walk. I just had my peepers on it. I saw the opportunity and I was like, man, it just sets up nicely. I think we just got to dodge here before trying the pass action. No, you're Khorne. What are you doing? That's not a thing you do.
You don't pass. Maybe you hand off to Morg if you want Morg to have the ball. That's crazy.
Yeah, we only pass backwards here. Oh, it's not Wog. He's just a fan of Baza. Man, what the hell is with the ones? Please stand up the warrior before you do that, I guess. Or you're blitzing with him and opening up your cage corner potentially. Man. See, this is the tough part of Khorne, where you're like, oh, you know, I'm going to have strength 4 warriors, and I'm going to have a cage and do all this stuff, and all of a sudden your cage corner is literally out of position, so you'd have to use your blood spawn and block the catcher.
Yeah.
So now you're kind of...
Ooh, shadow.
Yep, shadow might apply. But yeah, now your cage is better. Also, we should mention that Leap got nerfed, allegedly, in the rule set, and Dark's got 2 strength 4 sacking war dancers if they, you know, remember the fact they can wrestle.
Quick update from the other game. It looks like the Dark Elves are going to tie it up. So Bleaksburg and Cleveland. Not a done deal yet. A lot of turns left, but
okay. Yeah, I mean, stopping Kazark's team from scoring sounds impossible. Those Dark Elf blitzers in particular are strong. I think you gotta let that go, but chooses not to. So much shadowing. Yeah,
the 2 random linemen shadowings.
Wasn't there a big death in the other game? There was a witch elf that was killed. It wasn't like a special one per se.
Yeah, block Dauntless Fin tackle on the witch elf.
That's not bad. I mean, I do like Dauntless on a witch elf, and especially in that division. Well, you've got this Baltimore team, you've got Malcor, who he's playing, and you've got Dutch, who is Khemri. So you're going to find some use for Dauntless, unless, you know, the player died. Yep. Looks like Kid Crest out of the fire so far. Got past most of the Wood Elves, but they're so fast that they'll get back out in front in no time, perhaps.
Yeah, the issue here is 1 removal left. But he does still have a wizard. He's still got bribes. The dirty player is right there with the cage. We've got more. Probably going to be free to go hit whoever gets in the way.
I'm not sure the Baza fan in the Twitch chat was watching early, but he said Gark was too aggressive early, and I was like, maybe you missed the turn where Gark took a shot on the ball with the 2-die and then forgot he had wrestle. So The aggression would have paid off,
Yeah, that ball should have been the Woodels. It should have been
at least on the
on the
ground.
ground, on the ground early for plenty of guys to have a chance to recover.
Yeah. So the plan worked fine. The execution was not there. But it's early in the season. We've seen a lot of teams have good plan, bad execution. It happens.
Yeah. And I'll point out that the lack of rerolls for Kid Presnell has a lot to do with the fact that everyone has rolled a 1 this game.
Yeah, I mean he's down to 1, Gark's down to
A
2.
lot of you've got to make a reroll, and then you kind of want to.
I think Kid started with 3 and he actually brought an extra one with his inducements and he's already gone through them real quick.
Yeah, he did get the extra team training.
This has to be reset the cage and then foul that war dancer, right? I mean, we should be blitzing Arwen down here because he's in our way. Move forward a little bit, but then we gotta go foul Leon. Not that I'm biased or anything.
Yeah.
Not using Morg to blitz every turn. Also, you're baiting yourself into using GFIs here, which have not gone well for either team so far.
No, I mean, I know he's got Mighty Blow, but Mighty Blow +2 is just better.
Yeah, I'm not usually good at math, but I think that number's bigger. Granted, you're like, you want to get SVPs on your players.
Help your own team too, so I can't fault it too much, but
you want SVPs on your own guys, but you also don't want to bait yourself into GFIs that you don't need to do. So using Morg to blitz would be fine.
Battle is coming, so we should hope for the best
or the worst. Okay.
This next game.
Okay with that.
And he's thrown out.
And the bribe doesn't work either.
Bribe doesn't work.
But hey, it's worth
Argue
it.
the call. Argue the call doesn't work.
Man. So what is the point of arguing the call? Because if you're tossed out, you can't do something on a kickoff result, right?
The coach's thing on the kickoff, but really it's you can't argue anymore. There's no more arguing the call after you fail your arguing the call. But really, it's not that big of a penalty. It's well worth the risk of.
See, it's a visual glitch. Instead of showing the roll on the right, it shows the dice result. Because the same thing happened last night. Someone argued and they rolled a 5, and then it said the roll was greater than equal to 6, and so it said they failed, but it showed that they succeeded, but they still failed. So yeah, it's just a visual glitch. The end result is he's tossed. That's all you need to know. Alright, well, Gark is slowly losing players. He's kind of gotten back in position. Kid Crest would be wise to go back towards the middle of the field if possible. As much as a Khorne team would love to bait a team to the sideline to send them all into the crowd, a mass sidestep, blotch step team is not ideal for that.
I think he's got to reset to the middle. I think you let
Lesson.
the scene up there. Yeah. I mean, I kind of was maybe, you got dodge up there, but maybe you want to get the frenzy shadowing as an easy hit for more. But
It's all easy for Morg, right?
well, he's shown that he doesn't really care about using Morg. So
I mean, sometimes the threat of Morg is more important than the result of Morg, right? Maybe?
I don't know. I like the Mighty Blow +2 a lot.
Yeah, that's fair. There was a game, I forget who we were watching, and someone in the chat was saying the fear of Morg made someone do something that was suboptimal, and I forget which game it was, but it's kind of a real thing. Okay. Yep, you still frenzy trap yourself into a 1-die, but it works out. As much as I want him to go to the middle, I think you stay put right here. Because there's an extra layer of defense against Dark leaping. Well, no, I guess from the top he could still reach the ball with a leap, so... Never mind.
Yeah, I think you're trying to get into contact in the middle just to... Got it down to 7.
This spot's pretty good, though. Unless Gar comes in from the bottom. I think I like that less.
I mean, he's only got the 1 leap, right? He can't do a ton.
Yeah, it's just Raffalo. So if Gark wants to take a shot this turn, it looks like he can get a 1-die with Wrestle, which isn't terrible, but the leap is not great. So if we just kind of like make a wall of 2 columns in front of the Khorne forces with our sidesteppers, could be a better plan. But 3 turns, still a long ways to try to stop this score. So maybe you take your shot?
I don't think you have a good shot here. I think you can hope that he makes a mistake. How much frenzy is left on the field for these? What else? Not much.
I was about to say Gark doesn't have frenzy, then I was like, wait a second, he's got like 3 players with it now for no real reason. But yeah, none of them are on the field currently.
2 of them are knocked out. So
okay.
Another one on the bench for good measure.
Going with the conservative play here, trying to stall this out. The problem is you have to put a sidestepper for the bottom part of your defense, and you don't really want your best catchers in front taking the damage.
Yeah, this is... I think you 3-die.
He's
the guy with work.
He's inviting him to the sideline.
Yeah, go hit him in the face, get back in the middle of the field. Or he's going to go to the sideline. That guy.
Pretty classic big, just being angry way away from the play.
Bad that he's not the big that everybody's here to see today.
Yeah. I mean, it's a bad matchup for a big guy in general. Wood Elves are just prancing away from him and can't do much about it. Alright, we're doing our 2-die blitz with the guy who doesn't have block. Okay, works out. We get a stun. Yes, Baza fan. Kid does have Travion as his ball carrier, movement 8, so scoring not super difficult, but not guaranteed. You gotta be very careful with your placement here, because Rafa is right there. You don't have any guard on the ball. Okay, this could be a mistake depending on where this Khorne door ends up.
Yeah, no, it's a mistake.
Yeah, because we come around the back, we tag all 3 players with 1. Raffalo takes 1 step southwest, leaps 2 squares southwest just under the ball, Well, no, that's a lot of tackle zones to leap into.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still you're not getting a better shot.
You're
than
not
that.
getting a better shot, yeah. So how does leap work now for us non-frogs? It's every tackle zone's -1?
Yeah, well, it's the tackle zones you either.
No, he's not doing it. Okay.
It's tackle zones that you either leap from or leap into, whichever is the worst modifies your leap roll. So if you're completely surrounded, even if you're jumping free, you're gonna have to roll a 6. But,
Well, you guys have to roll 6.
yeah, pogo and
Pogo and
your
you're good.
frogs.
So, for example, if we're the same formation, if Gark had moved southwest into Morg and the 2 Bloodseekers, that's -3. And then if he leapt, say, south of the ball, that's also -3. So either one would have been the modifier.
Yeah, the modifier is -3.
Okay.
But the same -3 if it's one tackle zone in the landing zone and 3 that he's taken off from. Or
You choose the worst. Okay. Will we finally see the dreaded Morg Blitz? Because again, if we try to 2-die Raffo here, we're going to frenzy trap ourselves.
Other game officially tied at 1-1 with just a 1-turn chance for Cleveland.
They stalled it out?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, well, the good thing is we've got all of our extra Khorne Gores. I mean, hell, we've got our whole team technically in scoring range. Not that I would want a Bloodseeker to get the ball, but... Oh, no. Oh, no.
We can wrestle this one down.
I think you have to. Well, you don't, because if you sidestep north, it's a -2 die, but something bad could happen, so yeah, I'd be okay with that. Because now you can just straight up blitz leap, get a 2 die on the ball with a 4+ leap?
Yeah, 3+ leap. It's just agility modified by the tackle zones.
Okay, so 3+ into the ball, 2 die. We'll probably remember we have wrestle this time.
The more complicated, is it easier because the player's down that he gets to leap over now? Like, yeah, new leap is complicated. Leaping over, it's been fun to watch people actually use that, being able to jump over a down player, just any old body.
Has anyone actually done that? I meant to ask that. I had that thought earlier. Really? Alright, well, we'll see what Gark does here. Can we get a catcher in scoring range? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Technically, still in range if you double GFI both turns with Danny. Which is terrifying considering he's all the way on column 4 on the other side of the field. But here's our blitz. After we leap, which we don't get, and we fail again. Oof. Leap is dead. It's official. And this guy might be soon too. No, you take the push and then you surf him. Or, okay.
Yeah.
Gark trying to bait the skull because Kid has no rerolls. So, valiant.
I mean...
Alright, we got to block with Morg here, right? Of all the times for a triple skull, wouldn't that be amazing? Alas...
You could have gotten the 3-die with any of your own actual.
Yeah. Yeah. Not worth it. But we got our touchdown. Drive didn't look good at the start, but Little fortune and a lot of perseverance. Kid Crest Hill scores before the half.
14 what else left? Granted, only one war dancer, but 14 what else is
A lot.
more than I would have expected with Morg and a host of Mighty Blow Frenzy players.
Only 14 blocks, so not a ton of opportunity. A winner, poor guy. He rolled a triple skull against a beer board instead of scoring. Classic. Alright, so we got Morg, we got our Bloodspawn, and we got Emir Marauder Lino. What's it called? A Bloodborne Marauder? Why? Why not just call it a fucking Marauder Lino?
The naming convention on new players.
So weird. The rest of the names I like, but that's a little complicated. I've just a side note. I've never liked the fact that the Chaos roster is all Beastmen, because just in classic Warhammer Fantasy, there's your Beastmen, and then there's your Warriors of Chaos, and it's either a bunch of mortal Marauder type guys or a bunch of demons or half demons, demon princes, etc. It's just it always felt weird in Blood Bowl to have just basically all Beastmen for your Chaos team. It feels like they should be two different teams. Like there should be a Beastman team that has like Centaurs or something, and a Chaos team that has more Marauders and Warriors, and maybe like a demon or two. But maybe that's just me.
Yeah, I got no comment because my introduction to the 40k fantasy lore is Blood Bowl. Like I know nothing about the actual
regular Warhammer. Well, if you're interested, there's a huge update coming to the Total War Warhammer 3 game next week, and I'll be doing some streams for that. So if you want to watch some elves or some Khorne or lizards, which I'm doing first and Dark Elves second, you can learn all about the old Warhammer universe. Or you could not watch, which is also cool.
No, I'm not opposed to it. Just
not your thing.
I never really wanted to take the time and effort for tabletop, but the video games, the Total War series. I think I looked at one of the games before and I was like, yeah, okay, this is
not it.
It takes a time investment that I wasn't ready for.
Yeah, I mean the game itself, you don't have to know anything about Warhammer if you just enjoy the kind of grand strategy maps, and you could just simulate all the battles as long as they're in your favor, and you could not ever do any of the RTS stuff. It's a lot of fun. The Warhammer universe is crazy, well built with lore and everything else. There's a wiki page that I read occasionally, and the lore for some of the characters or races is just ridiculously interesting. Like the Skaven have like a novel-sized page dedicated to them. It's so fascinating between all the infighting, the different rituals, the Council of 13, and everything else. It's pretty fucking cool.
I'm gonna leap behind. No, we can't leap behind these tables.
We don't need to leap. We have enough assist on the Bloodspawn since we're strength 4 to just straight up push it into Lessien, which pushes Danny north. And Danny's going to need another push.
You coming from the angle, do you have enough?
Yeah, we're strength 4, and then we've got guard, and another assist. And we're taking a -1 from the Bloodseeker behind us, but we're coming in from the southwest of the Bloodspawn.
Out of practice at the high TV Blood Bowl, and oh yeah, that guy's strength 4. Of course he can do that.
Of course he can do that. And there's a quick snap, which is good. Oh, that's right. If marked players can't move anymore.
Players can't do it. It really doesn't help you much. I think I'd go ahead and move the catchers up because why not?
Yeah, it seems reasonable. Chooses not to though, but gets a little closer to the ball.
It shouldn't matter.
Looking for that push. Gets it. Push, push. Sidestep, push. Okay, so Danny needs to be column 11. we can get closer, that'd be even better. Now we gotta push the old blood spawn again.
Yeah, you go around. Push the blood spawn. Again.
Okay. So far, so
Gotcha.
good.
Push. And
I think we have to go in the tackle zones, even if we don't want to. And I think
you're going to push again.
I think we have to push them again. Because right now we're blocked from going all the way.
Move that catcher into the...
This would be a long throw, though. Jeez. We probably have to throw to Celebrine and go hand off, kind of like a baseball thrown to the outfielder, thrown to a shortstop, thrown to somebody else kind of thing.
Yeah.
Not that baseball's a real sport and deserves mention, but, you know. Yeah,
Not sure. Here, this seems like the pretty... Oh, that's not... What?
No, you need to fill in the gap above the guard lino, right?
I don't know what's happening.
Well, he's doing the pass to Celebrine, I imagine. Fumbles it, gets it with the pass, gets the catch. Now he's going to fill in and hand off at the same time. Oh, can you can just hand off again, right?
I think you get one handoff per turn. So.
Are you sure? You're probably right.
Yeah, I think it's one handover action.
Yes, that makes sense.
Can
Yeah, because otherwise you go like crazy distance with Skaven. Well, get our.
Oh, he thinks he can still do it.
Thinks he can do something. But yeah, one handoff per turn makes sense because otherwise elves and Skaven would be just crazy.
I mean, he needs to fill in that gap.
I mean, he's got a frenzy. I mean, you just roll enough pushes. Yeah, but you got to fill that gap that you can't fill.
So.
What a shame. Gark played it pretty well, but just couldn't make the catch. I mean, a 4+ with the reroll is 75%, if my math is not wrong. So that yeah, pretty good chance of that working there. Alas, does not. Baltimore up 1-0 at the half. Woodington having 15.
Point out, he's seen Asti lose with his orc team that everybody really liked. Gark is the other kind of favorite, and he's now trailing in his opening game. Far from over. Far from over. But not a lot of wins to go around from favorite teams. You've got to be feeling pretty good about yourself at 2-0.
Great, someone brought it up. We're supposed to not talk about that?
No, we're going to talk about that.
Okay, yeah. It's been a good start so far. The second half of both games has been very fortuitous in many ways. My opponents have decided to just roll poorly at the right time, which it's a good strategy, apparently.
I just hope your opponent fails everything. Works.
Yeah.
I want a Super Bowl with that. I mean, that's all you really need to do. Let them fail, and then don't fail anything and break armor every time. Just,
Yeah, I mean, I knocked out a Tomb Guardian on a -2 die, just randomly, and then I fouled another one off the field, and then Dutch was like, man, I don't have much left. And then I badly hurt a Blitzer on my next Blitz, and it was like, okay, well, we're going to put max pressure on the Khemri and see what they can do, and it's a bunch of skeletons, so they couldn't do much, so it worked out.
Yeah.
Also, and then his wizard decided to try to frog one of my frogs, and it's already a frog, so obviously it failed. Isn't that the advice Gru gave for you? Roll the good dice at the right time? Yeah, he did. But it's early. It's early. I lost one of my catchers. Got a niggling injury on 2 random line frogs, so I guess that's not too bad, but catcher's probably done for with minus AG.
Interesting, with niggling injuries just being way more common. Less in-game effect, but more long-term effect.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see which player has the, 3, 4, 5 niggling injuries.
Like a bunch of Stim's old players had like 6 perms on him.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be the way it works now. You're going to have those guys that just can no longer be badly hurt. It's going to be.
I'm not sure I like Dark's setup here. Why are you not putting your dodge on the line of scrimmage? If you're not blocking, you should get a free dodge away, no? Well, we've seen a bunch of 2+ rolls fail earlier, so...
Don't get it. I mean, the plan is clearly going to be back those guys up. I mean, I think it's still these are the guys I'm okay if you hurt.
Hmm.
And I'm assuming we're going to block the foul appearance guy. We're going to actually go hit him.
I'm assuming we're blitzing him.
Yeah, actually, why wouldn't you just put a blocker on him and go make that one hit?
I don't know.
Like, if Windor was an actual, player with block, you just take the easy 2 dice.
Yeah. Well, you'd have to move him down, but...
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have to mark it, but marking it's better than blitzing. I don't know. I guess you're going to, if he's going to run backwards.
Oh, Lord Bass, don't say that.
No, this is nowhere close to the 2.5-hour marathon from
yesterday. Yeah, that was brutal. I don't know how I got through my game. Like, after that one ended, I was like, oh, wow, I have a headache. Where did that come from? Maybe staring at your monitor for 3 straight hours isn't a good idea.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I'm going right into a game after this one, I think. So.
Okay, with Tampa Nay or someone else?
Tampa Nay.
Oh.
I'm gonna take on the Khorne.
Oh, you're taking on Hyper then. That's right.
Yeah.
I don't know where you found that gif of the goose getting choked, but that was pretty good.
Discord, man. Discord just has it.
That's great. I remember for work, we used to have a bunch of different text chats, and they would use Tenor or whatever for all the GIFs, and it was, like, the selection was just dog shit. And then I finally converted people to using Discord for our group messaging, and it's just so much better because the GIFs are 1,000 times better. And that's really what we're here for, right?
I had the Microsoft Teams chat, and GIFs and that are, all very work appropriate.
Ah, boring.
Something that, you can make offensive, but gotta work hard. Now it looks like he's trying to score fairly quickly. He may be going for a win here. He may be looking in his division and going, I can't get too far behind those frogs. I've got to.
I don't think anyone should be worried about the frogs. Eventually our opponents will, not double skull into the Croxagore or have your wizard fail or whatever else happened. Alright, so he gets away with having the non-dodgers marked on the line of scrimmage. Boy, if that blood spawn had tentacles.
Probably next skill, you would think.
Yeah, that or stand firm were the obvious choices.
Yeah. I think I would take stand firm.
I'm assuming you can take tentacles. I should probably check this before making any declarations. Rosters, Khorne, mutation access. Yes, it's a normal. So, tense is an option.
Yeah, and as Hyper just pointed out, he did use the Weather Mage to try to make this pickup more difficult, and it just didn't work, so nothing happened. He rolled a 6, so there's no plus or minus 3 on the kickoff on the weather table that you can get to change the weather. So
I did not even see that.
It continues to be a nice sunny day for
Okay. It feels a little wasted. I mean, it's not a huge inducement, but A, you're playing against Wood Elves, who can pick it up pretty reliably. B, even if they do fail to pick up, you're not anywhere in position to pick it up yourself, which is kind of the point of a failed pickup.
Yeah. No, I think in this matchup, you would have used that to help yourself pick up the ball.
Yeah, in
Because
case
one
it
of
was raining later in the second half.
Weather Mage can always make the weather go from bad to nice for a turn. So
That's the best scam in the universe. Like,
terrible.
a weather mage. I mean, the regular wizard seems to have a pretty good gig too. They're paying you 150k, and half the time your shit doesn't work. The apothecary, also a scam. 50k or 100k for like. You know what? I'm gonna hit him on the head with a shovel. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Referees seem to have it good too.
Every now and then you hit somebody with a shovel and they get better.
Yeah, sometimes it works like that.
You get to charge more next time, right? That's how that works.
Can you force heat when you're about to score? I think it ends. Yeah, it goes away on the TD. So yeah, there's not a lot of like cool metagaming options. It's either basically you make your pickup easier in bad weather, or you make your opponent's pickup harder, and then pressure the shit out of them.
Yeah.
And that's about it. Maybe GFIs, but
yeah, you can try to do some GFI stuff, but again, you have to roll the right thing on the kickoff table. You have to roll.
Oh,
right.
Well, that guy's done for the drive. Yeah, Morg, not. I don't know how you would track that. Let's say you're doing it manually, but. So, is that listed in the game stats?
Go to yeah.
Oh,
go to
the details for the. Okay, I didn't even really ever look at these tabs.
How did you never know that was the thing?
Well, I mean, I knew the stats were there. I just never clicked on the tabs for the individual teams. Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't throw blocks, so why would I ever look at who's throwing?
For better or for worse, he's been trying to get the SPP on his own, guys.
Yep.
You can say for worse because there's still 14 elves.
Yeah, a lot of elves, a lot of GFIs that he didn't need to do per se. Some of them didn't work, and I mean the Bloodseekers have not collected any skulls yet. So.
Well, I guess 15 elves because he got a KO back. So.
Yeah, and the only injury so far was by a foul, not even by injury. Yeah, good playing by Gark here, kind of baiting him to the south over commitment and just send everybody who's fast as hell to the north.
Yeah, I don't think Gark is going for the win. I think he's just going to go ahead and be happy with a tie here.
Oh no, he's scoring next turn if he can. Maybe in 2 turns. I think it'd be ideal to score, turn 4 or so, because now Kid Crest is 5 turns, and it's like, oh, I can still score and win, but you've got one basic ball carrier, everyone else is just a normie. If Gark pressures you again, and you get in a bad situation, it's like, shit, I'm not going to have time to cage up or protect the ball properly or do this and that, so I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. I do love the pixel models for the Khorne Bloodseekers, though. Those are cool as shit.
Yeah, just all the pixels on Fumble are pretty great.
Some of them are great. Like, I'm not big on this blood spawn thing. Like, I get it, but Khorne Gores, alright. Bloodseekers, great. Marauders, The Nobles are fucking cool looking. I'm doing okay with the roster, but I don't know. I think I want them to be better than they are, and part of it is aesthetics. Okay, we finally get a third Morg block, and right on cue, does his job.
Now that might actually force Gark to score on turn 3 or 4. He may try to score here if you lose a couple of guys, you might as well go to the bench and replace them.
I think we swing that around, get a foul here, yeah.
Yeah, we're making no effort to stop those catchers. We're just not even going to pretend like we care.
Well, you need to care a little bit because you can just stall next to your end zone for 3 turns. For some reason, I'm a big fan of the strategy. I am less of a fan of the strategy.
Now you're back to even.
Yep.
10 versus 10.
Yeah, caught twice on the 2 fouls so far.
Yep. And had a bribe. 2 fouls.
And took the 100K to the bank with them.
Not only did he get ejected twice, he lost a bribe along the way. We saw the sneaky gets last night. Foul, 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 foul. Never get caught. Never do any damage at all because they didn't have dirty player.
True.
But, they were there the whole game.
Yeah, I threw all of 1 foul last night, and it was the dirty player and took out a Tomb Guardian, so that was a good one. I was actually browsing the stats so far for the early part of the season, and aside from the fact that Gru is leading the league in negative passing yards, there's some interesting stuff on there. I mean, I fouled 5 times so far, which is a lot for me. It's so early, though. There's not a lot of conclusions to draw. But there's our touchdown to equalize it at 1-1.
Set up all those defenders, then just went on in.
Just went on in. Yeah, you got to protect yourself from yourself sometimes. This could fail. Unlike last night where Happy Gru was like, yeah, I'm just going to toss it backwards to a guy who's uncovered, and if something happens, we're probably boned. But, whatever. It's 6 turns in a row.
I think that was just a reminder that, hey, I'm better than all of you. And I can just get away with it.
That's amazing. I didn't consider the fact that he had safe throw, and the group pointed out later, because you could hang on to the ball if it fails, unless it's a wildly inaccurate, I think.
Yeah, and if you're throwing 2 pluses, you can't throw wildly inaccurate. So.
Oh, even better. I should probably learn the wildly inaccurate thing.
Yeah.
I think I've kind of understood most of the others.
Not a natural 1. That's when wildly inaccurate kicks in.
Oh.
So if you get a 1 on the passing roll after the modifiers, but it's not a 1 on the dive.
All right, well, I'm just not going to pass the ball then.
Yeah, that's probably the safest bet.
Yeah, frogs in particular, I think it's like 4+ across the board at best, so not a strategy I'll be using often.
Yeah, this is where I complain and say, but do you have a player with passing access? Because
technically, not on doubles.
Yeah, but you have a player with passing access. I do not.
Yeah, we're all weeping for the Chaos Dwarves and their huge nerf.
They've done such a good job with the Blood Bowl 2020 to make sure it's very dwarf friendly.
Ugh.
I'm hoping when they get around to redoing the Chaos Dwarf, that continues. It probably won't be.
I, for one, think dwarves need to lose either block or tackle.
You shut your dirty mouth.
Just saying.
Can I have movement 6 then? Can we just make them Norse all of a sudden?
No. We already have AV9 Thick Skull. We have access to the best ability in the game, Guard. The second best ability in the game, Stand Firm. What else do you need?
Well, block or tackle if you take that away from them.
You have one of the 2. That's better than most players.
Well, we'll get some more Morg block.
Maybe.
Didn't guard next to Morg. So are you going to hit the guy in the middle with Morg to get your 3 dice?
Yeah, you should probably flip-flop the Bloodseekers on the line there. But, yeah, just having 4 on the line makes a lot of sense. Still has the Wizard, too, actually.
Yeah, not unreasonable to think he might be able to score here. He can pick up and protect the ball. 4 rerolls, a Wizard.
A little curious about the Khorne alignment, but okay. We're having a little convention, and we get a pitch invasion. Morg is down. That's it.
The fans.
They're unhappy with the amount of blocks he's thrown and decided to send a message. And it took every fan in attendance to take him down. Don't throw it with him first. He's the one who doesn't have block. Oh, man. I couldn't have seen how that have gone poorly. Just no way. Oh, if only Griff and Hack were being stabbed. I'm tired of hearing about those guys and this rule set.
Big shadowing fails.
Yeah.
You will not get away from the blood spawn.
It would be very interesting if the site had a counter for all the star players. It'd be like, okay, so Griff has died X amount of times. He's been badly hurt this many times. Like just stuff like that. I think it'd be kind of fun.
This is interesting.
Or inviting some pressure from the top. We can mark the ball after getting through Lamar. Wintergreen saying we actually had those stats at one point before 2020. Okay. Yeah, I think that stuff's kind of interesting because you have hundreds, if not thousands, of teams that have induced stars over the years, and you know, stars are unique and they just keep coming back. So.
Oh, I'm going to be tracking stars win-loss totals in the NBFL.
Okay.
So.
There's a lot of context behind that, but yeah, over the course of a long season, it'd be interesting to know.
Yeah.
Who are you blitzing? Oh no. Well, it worked.
Just
a Khorne main at his finest. Oh no.
He did not fail to dodge. He failed to go for it. That's important.
Well, he didn't even. Yeah, he didn't even get to do the dodge roll because he failed the GFI first. Interesting.
It's not that he wouldn't have made his, 4+ dodge.
Never had the chance.
How's Gark going to respond to a massive scrum in the middle of the field? Probably just call him up?
Maybe. You didn't lose anybody on that start. You could blitz Lamar up top and then tag the ball and then force Kid to deal with it. He's gonna try to block that warrior dude.
Hyper's just trying to remind me that he's amazing at, all things stats and
automated stuff. Yeah.
Buttering me up so I don't kill as many Karens. Here a little.
Just my advice: if someone just volunteers to be delegated to, you take them up on their offer.
I think just the nature of, the game, we all like to see stats. And...
well, sometimes less numbers are better. Oh, Piper lied. He's not as amazing as we thought. What a shame.
Yeah. No, that's fairly easy to get from the match report. So you just, click on each one.
Fumble API. A likely story. Alright, so first thing we start our turn by blocking with the Blood Spawn. Khorne demands it.
I think you stand a couple of guys up before you do that, but yeah, I'm not.
It's about sending a message.
Ooh, I don't. Just refuses to blitz with Morg.
Also sending a message. He said, I don't even need Morg to make a difference in this game. I'm going to upset the NFC East favorites without it.
I was going to say Morg is just here for the fans, but clearly the fans are pissed.
The fans are pissed. They're like, we want Morg. And he's just like, yeah. I'm taking my 380K and going home. Nothing going on that block. But we've got a Blood Spawn. We can chain another guy into another Bloodseeker. Slash the ball carrier. Aw. I would have pushed him just to generate another block.
Is he blitzed yet? Yeah, he has.
Yes. Yes, he did. I was going to say you could stay put, but you're going to be getting a little tight on time here soon. Not that Gark's got a lot of free resources here. He's got 3 catchers, Horde Answer, Lino, a pretty easy dodge with another Lino, but the other 2, the 3 in the middle are a little caught up. It's true, Lorbest, that would have been a tempting fireball, even if not a good one.
You don't need it yet. You're going to get an opportunity. He's going to at least call him up, and you're going to have to knock one of those column guys down to score, probably. So
yeah, I mean that's the proper use of it, but
yeah.
If you just kill the 3 catchers with the fireball, they can't even call him up later.
Are we going to blitz him into the ball? Take a shot? Nope.
Just take a shot with a skillless Wood Elf Lino? I mean, you could.
Yeah.
Negative 2 die does work occasionally.
What's that sneaky game gonna do besides get hit in the face?
Yeah. I think he followed just to get away from Morg. Not that he's blocked a lot this game. That is a tempting fireball right now, but I don't think they're going to stay there.
Well, now that's a tempting fireball that's not going anywhere. You have 2 catchers and a Horde Answer.
2 catchers, a Ward Answer, Lodge, Frenzy, Lino. And if you did clear those players, you could easily make your way down the north sideline. But I think your statement about the double column, you need to bust it open on probably turn 7 or 8, makes a lot of sense.
Oh no, I think he's thinking about it here. Definitely more fun to use it now. I don't think it's better. I just think it's more fun.
It's Khorne. Blood for the Blood God. We got to do it. Oh, he's doing it. He's zapping? And it works?
What?
That's amazing.
I don't.
It's a 50-50 shot on the strength 4. But because you got it, what is Gark going to do to stop you?
Call him up.
Well, yeah, you can call him up, but you do have a movement 8 agility 2+ carrier with 4 turns to go. But beyond not being able to dodge, Gark doesn't have a lot of options. But yeah, that was a interesting decision.
I think you more block the sneaky get here, and you block him into the. Well, I was going to say block him
Blitz
into.
him into the blood spawn. Yeah.
Is he going to do that anyway? Just without the activation on the blood spawn yet left? No, he's going to hit the catcher.
I'm okay with that. I'm also okay with this. Yeah, we got to start making our way downtown. It's probably fine. There's literally nobody here with Russell or anything good. Bizarre getting in his NCBB game. Okay.
He can get up.
Yeah, Zelron, I don't think he's listening, but that was definitely a fireball if you were going to do it.
Yeah.
But it worked.
Uphill pushes and he can get a shot at the ball here. I don't know if it's worth it. Probably not.
Yeah, they don't have wrestle. Well, no, you do with Danny. So you got a what? -2 die on Lamar.
Yeah, and then a -2 die on Tyrrell.
Was that?
That's not a guard guy.
Yeah. Unless he sees like a chain or something that I don't. Can the frog?
You go just about wherever he wants to.
I was going to ask if the frog can block, but he doesn't have wrestle anymore. Also, Danny just moved, so that's our wrestle option. So we're blocking that guy.
So frog hits the ball now. There it is. He found a better way to do it, which is not surprising. That's why he's really good at playing.
But he used the wrestle already.
Yeah, but you still get a. Well, never mind.
Move the froggy out the way.
Go hit it with block and take your shot.
Yeah, I mean, 33% chance.
Get and go.
Plus reroll. So it's like, what, 51-ish?
You know, you're not taking him down with block anyway, so why do you want that? So.
Two die? Oh, he moved the guy out the way. And he gets the... Wow.
Okay, yeah, missed that completely.
Yeah, maybe he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, and this is an easy pickup now. You can run away.
Guaranteed snake. Okay, well, was not a snake.
Could you have gone? You know, Sneaky gets out of there and runs down the field, maybe?
Maybe. He's gonna snake. Somebody's gonna snake. He's not gonna snake. He's just gonna roll sixes.
Can I go back and talk about how much I hated the zap there?
No. That wouldn't be fun.
It's really...
Yeah, that was very nicely done by Gark. So,
really, really nicely done by Gark.
For Kid, we take our blood-born Jesus. Whatever. Take this Russell dude, go tag the Lino, blitz with the blood spawn, take him out. We block down the Lino up top. And we start sending the boys after old Celebrian? I don't know what that name is.
Yeah, I mean, do you go... You may just try to preserve a tie here.
Well, you got to stop yourself from losing first and foremost.
Yeah. Okay, I don't hate that, but
and we got to take out the Lino. So now we're banking on the blood spawn after banking on this guy not failing. Okay.
There we go. That's helpful.
Yeah, it helps guard cut that guy faster.
Yeah, but it also helps you not give up a touchdown here. So now you can move guys in. And... really lock these catchers up.
Lock up the 2 agility 5
Really,
catchers.
really counting on this blood spawn to actually make the splits.
I mean, it's a 2+ because you're blitzing.
You're relying on a big guy.
Yeah, it's fine. It's like relying on tailgate in the Super Bowl. Nothing bad can happen.
He does go good. So.
See?
And he gets it.
See?
And he kills it.
Only good vibes. Yeah, the more niggling injuries you can add to Gark's team, the better for me down the road. Probably. I think he's got a tough matchup too in round 2, if memory serves. I want to say he plays Kazark? Yes, Gark plays Kazark, and then I play Kazark. Baltimore faces Malcor next, which is oh, that's gonna be a fun one.
Missing 2 Warriors.
Oh, Cleveland's missing 2 Warriors? Wow.
Yeah, and
damn, I'm not sure Kid's gonna have enough inducements to get Morg again. No, he will.
I think he's gonna have.
He'll play. The question is whether he'll actually use Morg next time.
Yeah, I don't know where he's gonna be at. But...
If you get your push here,
Cleveland is already readied up at 2460, so
wow.
Not quite the over 2800 they were hoping for.
True. I think we take our frog, because agility 2 is still accurate, so we take him and go tag these guys at the bottom, get a 2-die push on Lamar, chain push Rumi. Oh wait, no, that'd be going into that gap. Well, I mean, we could chain push Danny southeast and do nothing of consequence. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's a
extra player.
I thought he would go just towards the end zone, kind of through that gap and try to make the 4+2+.
Could. I think you're in a decent spot though, because the only tackle on the team is going to be tied up in the middle here. Oh, he's going to hand off. Where's Danny can go after that?
Is he gonna go stand by the blood spawn and hope to sidestep around him if he blitzes him?
You just dodged through tackle. What are you doing? Where are you going?
He's going to go stand next to the blood spawn and hope that blood spawn blitzes him and pushes him towards the end zone.
Well, looks like the blood spawn's the key player yet again. I mean, this is a pretty easy dodge out though. 2.
Yeah, 3 players.
3, 2, reroll, 2, 2. Oh god, if we tag up the blood spawn, are we doomed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we got a 2-die with old Raymond.
Use shadowing. Didn't work.
Huh. Okay, I mean...
Oh, I don't like pushing them there, but if you're going to dodge out with Gibson here.
No, you still got Raymond.
No, but Gibson's got tackle and break tackle.
That's fine. Oh, he does have break tackle, yeah. But he is marked by diving tackle.
I would tackle the Russell dodge guy.
No, I think we take Raymond, and even if it's a wrestle, you're... I mean, you're probably still boned, but... Winter pointing out that is a 3-die now, because of the blood spawn marking.
What is happening?
Oh, he does have Juggernaut built in. But he doesn't have blocks, so I think they would both go down to an armor wall. Yeah. It's true. They do start with jugs.
Yeah, he's gonna go tie. Okay, he's getting the extra push here. No, he's not. What is happening? I thought he was gonna try to chain push Gibson, but
I think he was trying to, but it didn't work the way he wanted to. Alright. Raymond's the hero that Gotham needs. You just marked Raymond! What are you doing?
No, I mean he's the blitz is coming from Gibson.
No, he's marked by diving tackle. We're just asking for bad things. Alright, well, just roll 5. We do have Juggernaut, so let's hope we remember to use it if we need it. Or we just get POWs.
You don't need it. You don't need it. Now do you go fouling with Raymond?
I think we have to GFI. Yeah. Yeah, fouling makes a lot of sense, but doesn't look like we're going to. Unless... Okay, we do this for... Yeah, get this guy in scoring range. Not that you can pass the ball reliably, but... Wasn't that your scoring threat?
Yeah, but here comes the foul.
Here comes the foul.
Well,
Shadowing works. Okay. Dodge works again. Shadowing does not work. Foul! Okay. Well, it looks like the Elves cannot win at this point. Can the Khorne find a way to win it themselves? You've got Lamar Flash Jackson just outside of scoring range.
I think Flash can be pushed.
Flash Gordon.
And it doesn't look like Gark is going to try to stop that from happening, so I guess he's just going to fall down.
He's going to move everybody, and then you can't chain push him.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, that's why getting Travion on your side of the field probably backfired in the end.
And this is the point of the game where you do not throw the spike foul. Like, you do not want to hurt your cross-conference opponent before he plays all of your conference rivals.
Correct. You want Gark to beat Khazard, Malcor, Dutch, etc.
With these Wood Elves to go
well,
3-0.
No, he's deciding to do
Absolutely.
Blood for the Blood God.
You know what you do here? You throw the foul on the frog, because why not? Nobody gets hurt. Morg goes over, fouls the frog. Although a good Morg foul on the catcher would be fun, too. I'm not opposed to that.
Did Kid Crest just ask if there's overtime?
Yeah.
Didn't he play last season?
Last year, right? Yeah.
Oh,
Did he not tie any games last year?
That's Norse. Either you win or you lose. Alright, well, that is it for this game. It is 1-1 tie. A lot of drama late, but Baltimore starts off their Khorne career with a solid 3 points. Woodington, 3 points as well, with a couple of dinged up players. But,
yeah, I mean, great result for Baltimore. I think if you do the damage you wanted it to do, but you know, you got a tie versus one of the better teams in the league. So
true, could have started a lot worse. So that is it for us for now. We got Dash and Hyper up next, but I've got to get some food, so I won't be covering that one. But good luck to you both.
Thank you.